Hello, all, and welcome to Aspirant Study Circle. Today, we'll discuss another set of important questions for APPSC prelims. So, the first question is: which article of the Constitution of India provides for free legal aid to the poor and weaker sections of the society and ensures justice for all? So, you have to remember all of directive principles of state policy by heart. You have to mug them. You have to ensure that they are at the back of your mind, on your tongue, because they will also be useful for writing mains answers, and also they'll be very good for introductions and conclusions. So you have to keep that in mind. So here the answer is very obvious, which is 39A. So Article 39A of the Indian Constitution provides for free legal aid to the poor and weaker sections of the society and ensures justice for all. So moving on to the next question. Match the following regarding special provisions with respect to various states. So here we have the article provisions, and here we have the state. So Article 371A Assam, Article 371B Nagaland, Article 371C Manipur. Which of the pairs given above are matched properly? So here matched properly. So Article 371A makes special provisions for Nagaland. So here if you identify that, that means this is wrong. So you have to eliminate one. So now you have to decide between 2 and 3. So 3 is right because it is there in both of the options. So you have to determine whether 2 is right or wrong. So obviously, since we know that 371A is Nagaland, so 371B must be something else. So under 371B, it has special provisions with respect to Assam. So here the right answer is only 2. Only 3, which is option number 2. So you need to by heart these things too. They can be asked in preliminary bits. So Article 371A, which makes it for Nagaland. Article 371B, it is with respect to Assam, and then Article 371C is with respect to Manipur, and which is the right answer. So moving on to the next question. Consider the following statements with respect to Administrative Reforms Commission. See, and even the information on ARCs, the recommendations, they can be very well used in mains answer writing for especially way forwards, any suggestions. So you need to make sure that you have a detailed account of such things, especially the ARC. For this is with respect to mains. So here the question is establishment of an interstate council under Article 263 of the Constitution. Appointment of persons having long experience in public life and administration and non-partisan attitude as governors. All India services, IAS, IPS, IFS should be abolished. So which of the recommendations were recommendations of the ARC? So which of the following recommendations did the ARC make? So if you see the statements, establishment, okay. Appointment of persons having long experience in public life and administration and non-partisan attitude as governors. Well, this could be. Coming to the third statement, all India services, IAS, IPS, IFS should be abolished. So this is a hyperbola statement. It's a very extreme statement. Should be abolished. So here, if I have to attempt, probably I will eliminate 3. So now we have only 1 and 2, and we should be. This statement is, yeah, it can be right. Obviously, you want persons who are having a very long experience in public life. You want such administrators, such non-partisan attitude as governors, because right now we see there are a lot of issues with respect to governors. So you have to keep that in mind. So here the statement 1 and statement 2 both are right. So the answer is option number 1. So moving on to the next question. So consider the following statements regarding the adjudication of interstate water disputes. Parliament may by law provide for adjudication of any dispute or complaint with respect to the use, distribution, control of waters of any interstate river and river valley. Parliament may also provide that the Supreme Court is the sole authority to exercise jurisdiction in respect of any dispute. May also provide that Supreme Court is the sole authority to exercise jurisdiction in respect of any such dispute or complaint. So we need to understand that Article 262 of the Indian Constitution provides for adjudication of interstate water disputes. Yes, it makes two provisions. One is Parliament may by law provide for adjudication of any dispute or complaint with respect to the use, distribution and control of waters of any interstate river and river valley. So this statement is correct. So it is asking about incorrect. So we need to find out what is the incorrect thing. So Parliament may also provide that neither Supreme Court nor any other court is to exercise jurisdiction in respect of any such disputes. So Supreme Court anedi, it has absolutely no role, nor does any other court. So since the question is incorrect statements, statement number 2, option number 2 becomes the right answer. So moving on to the next question. Government of India established the Interstate Council on the recommendations of. So again, you need to keep in mind various recommendations too. So in pursuance of the above recommendations, which is with regards to Interstate Council, the recommendations of the Sarkaria Commission, the Janata Dal government, headed by VP Singh, established the Interstate Council in 1990. So here the answer is Sarkaria Commission, and it was when it was in 1990, and it was headed by VP Singh during the Janata Dal government. That is something that you have to keep in mind. And here a few other extra points is, see, PM will be the chairman, Prime Minister will be the chairman, and it will have Chief Ministers of all states, Chief Ministers of Union Territories having legislative assemblies, right? CMs and CMs of UTs which have assemblies, legislative assemblies, right? And administrators of Union Territories not having legislative assemblies. Okay, administrators. So we will, if a state is not having a legislative assembly, then the administrators of that state will be provided to be the members. Now, and then the governors of the states under president rule, and six, the number is 6 central cabinet ministers, including home minister, to be nominated by the president. Sorry, to be nominated by the prime minister. So just have a look at the members of the Interstate Council. So moving on to the next question. So consider the following statements regarding Balwant Rai Ji Mehta Committee. So establishment of a 2-tier Panchayati Raj system. The district collector should be chairman of the Zilla Parishad. Which of the above are recommendations of Balwant Rai Ji Mehta Committee? So the chairman of this committee, yes, it was Balwant Rai Ji Mehta. So the committee submitted its report in 1957. And what did it submit? It recommended the establishment of a scheme of democratic decentralization. So democratic decentralization, what exactly does that mean? Nothing but Panchayati Raj system, right? But is it 2-tier? That is the question, right? Okay, so you have to remember the term democratic decentralization, which ultimately it of course became Panchayati Raj. The specific recommendations made by it are the establishment of a 3-tier. it is not 2-tier but at a 3-tier. That is what Balwant Rai Ji Mehta committee recommended, a 3-tier, not a 2-tier. And as we know that in a 3-tier system, we have Gram Panchayat at the village level, the Panchayati Samiti at block level, and Zilla Parishad at the district level. These tiers should be organically linked through a device or indirect elections. These were the recommendations of Balwant Rai Ji Mehta committee. So here the recommendations would be the district collector should be the chairman of Zilla Parishad. So this was recommended, and here the answer is only 2. Moving on to the next question. Consider the following statements regarding scheduled areas. Alright, so the president is empowered to declare an area to be a scheduled area. The state government has special responsibility regarding scheduled areas. Which of the statements given above are correct? So here the president is empowered to declare an area to be a scheduled area. That is correct. He can also increase or decrease its area, alter its boundaries, rescind such designation, or make fresh orders for such redesignation on an area in consultation with the governor of the state concerned. So the president can do all of these. He can alter, he can designate, he can make fresh orders based on the consultation with the governor of the state concerned. Right. So this can also be a statement. So the executive power of a state extends to scheduled areas therein. Right. So the state government has special responsibility regarding scheduled areas? No, it is the governor. So here statement 2 becomes wrong. Statement 1 is correct. So the option is only 1. Now moving on to the next question. Consider the following statements. The president can proclaim a national emergency only after receiving a written recommendation from the cabinet. The proclamation of emergency must be approved by both the houses of the parliament within 6 months from the date of its issue. Which of the statements given above are correct? The president, however, yes, he can proclaim a national emergency only after receiving a written recommendation from the cabinet. Yes, only after receiving a written recommendation from the cabinet. That is correct. Now, this means that the emergency can be declared only on the concurrence of the cabinet and not merely on the advice of the prime minister. Just prime minister chopparu kabatti emergency declare cheyadam kaadu. It has to be the concurrence of the cabinet. The proclamation of emergency must also be approved by both the houses of the parliament within 1 month. And originally the period was 3 months. Right. I'm sorry. Originally the period for approval by the parliament was 2 months. Right. But this was reduced by 44th Amendment Act of 1978. So here you need to keep these points in mind. So here the answer becomes only 1 because the proclamation of emergency must be approved by both the houses of the parliament. Not 6 months is wrong. Right. It must be approved by both the houses of the parliament within 1 month. Moving on to the next question. Consider the following statements regarding federal system. The term federation being clearly mentioned in the constitution. The federation is union because it is destructible. So here, what are incorrect? That is the question. See, the term federation has nowhere been used in the constitution. In Article 1 of the constitution, right, it describes India as a union of states, and according to B.R. Ambedkar, the phrase union of states has been preferred to federation of states. Right. But you need to know the reason why. Okay. And the Indian Federation is not a result of an agreement among the states like the American Federation. And states have no right to secede from the federation. Right. The federation is of our union. The federation is union because it is indestructible. So these are the points that you need to keep in mind. So here incorrect. So none. The federation is union because, no, this is wrong. The term federation has been clearly mentioned in the constitution. This is also wrong. So incorrect vachesi, both are incorrect. Moving on to the next question. Consider the following statements. Okay, dual polity, written constitution, separation of powers. Which of the above are federal features of the Constitution of India? So, if you clearly see, the federal features of the Constitution of India are dual polity, yes, and then the Constitution is not only a written document but also the lengthiest, yes. So, a written document is a very important feature of a federal government or a federal institution, right? And the Constitution has divided the powers between center and states in terms of union list, state list, concurrent list. So all of these are the provisions which say that yes, these are indeed federal features. So I hope you have liked this session. If you did, please do like, share and subscribe. So, oh yeah, the answer over here is only 1 and 2. Thank you.